it's just like a lot of people are sitting here wondering who's next for Walter.
Yeah, he's at a similar crossroads like Io or Balor.
Yeah,
he's like, just biding my time until travel restrictions lift. And you know what? Balor Walter needs no story. Those are two men whose careers are the story. They wanted that to happen with Pete Dunne, but I'm sorry, I tried.
Yeah.
But Balor beat Dunne. Copyright 2021. Thanks for having me, Jack. It's time to go, right?
Nope.
What?
For the fans who don't know, ever since Takeover Chicago 2017, you can no longer trust that copyright logo. Ever since Ciampa broke everyone's heart and turned on Gargano at the very end of Takeover Chicago back in 2017, not a single person has trusted that when the logo shows, it's over.
And you know what's funny? I had a DoorDash delivery waiting for me downstairs. He had to wait just a couple of minutes because what happens? Balor, fingers broken, walking up the ramp triumphantly, gets attacked by the NXT Tag Team Champions, Oney Larkin and Danny Burch, Pete Dunne's friends.
Mm-hmm.
He gets jumped. Because to tell you what, Finn Balor's new gimmick is that he gets jumped.
Yeah, so he's getting jumped by Dunne now at this point, and
right, three men.
Larkin and Burch. And much how you said earlier, me and my dad thought MSK was going to come out, seeing as how they had just won the Dusty Cup.
We're waiting for them too. They're the next in line for the championships that Burch and Larkin have. So here we go.
Yeah, but then as they're beating them down, you hear "Shock the System," and here comes the UE, Roderick Strong, Adam Cole, and Kyle O'Reilly.
Here comes 75% of the Undisputed Era.
Yeah, 75 because Bobby Fish for some reason can't stay healthy, but you can't give him too much flack because he's getting up there in age. So
I mean, I'm not giving him flack at all, but it is wearing on me as a fan to see the partial group like we've seen him recently.
Yeah, because it just sucks how much he gets injured.
And, this is a different point. But, yes, they run off the heels. They get up. Or, Balor and O'Reilly have this weird stare down. O'Reilly's offering his hand to pick up Balor. And they're doing this thing that Timothy Thatcher and Tommaso Ciampa do better, which is, respect each other in battle,
Yeah. And when he picks him up, and I see Adam Cole standing in a corner, and Roderick Strong kind of still being near them, but kind of aside, there was a part of me that looked at that and said, are we getting an Adam Cole face turn where the three of those men turn on Cole and beat him down and kick him out of the group and make Balor the new leader?
Because they've helped him so much, he feels like he's a part of the team,
Yeah, and then I
was frustrated. At this point, I think it's the same thing we've seen the last couple of weeks, and I don't know when we're gonna hit that inflection point in the story. I'll tell you when we're gonna hit that inflection point, Jack, in about 3 seconds.
And now that I think about it, I think I know what triggered Cole here is that they stand up, O'Reilly, Strong, and Cole hit the UE sign, and you think this is the moment where Balor finally just agrees to join them because he's essentially a part of them at this point. And Balor just goes to do his normal symbol, and bam, super kicked by Adam Cole.
Can we say this too? They were standing in a line facing the camera, shoulder to shoulder. Roddy, Balor, O'Reilly, and Cole. Cole kicks Balor in front of O'Reilly, and it's not like the gesture as much as it's just a physical feat. He reaches his leg across one man to kick another, and with little movement. It was incredible. It was so good. It was so good.
Yeah, and you immediately...
You think it's out of this disrespect he showed to the Undisputed Era? I think Adam Cole is just over it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's another thing
by
too.
The side for O'Reilly to go, hey man, you're the champ and you're the best, long enough for him to go, but he's not. Dang it, kick.
Yeah, I think it's also a thing of like Cole was just tired of essentially, because if you think about it, the UE's essentially been dragged into Balor's mess.
Oh, it's true. Hey, they weren't even on the card.
Yeah, they weren't on the card.
Nope.
Every time he's gotten beat down by Dunn and company, the UE has had to get involved to help him out and even the odds, when realistically they didn't have to. You know.
Oh, I was excited. I was feeling a certain way, Jack. 3 champions successfully defended their belt, so this was a real nothing night, in that regards. But the second Adam Cole kicks Finn Balor in his rehabilitated jaw, it was something.
Yeah, and Roderick Strong and Kyle O'Reilly are just standing there in disbelief, but O'Reilly's there trying to reason with him, telling him what the heck's he doing.
And Jack, what happens is it fades to black. We get an icon special of Yokozuna, and we've got to wait till Thursday to see what comes about this, right?
Nope.
What?
I knew it was happening the moment I saw Adam Cole turn his head towards Roderick Strong. I was like, oh.
We turned his head and not his body?
Yeah, I saw him turn his head, and I'm like, oh, this is it. Turns back, super kick to O'Reilly. I was
Goodness gracious.
I was just in shock. I was like, and Roderick Strong is just standing there in even more complete shock, because not only did he super kick Balor, which, if you're Roderick Strong, you can say, well, it's understandable. We're the UE. We go after whoever we want, whenever we want.
Yep. But what if whoever we want to go after is one of us?
Yeah. So Roderick Strong is just standing there in complete shock, and Adam Cole just stares at O'Reilly and just finally leaves the ring, leaving Roddy there standing alone. Which, I'm telling you right now, I feel this only happened because Bobby Fish isn't there. If Bobby Fish was there, I feel like they would have more likely aligned Roderick Strong with Cole and left Bobby Fish as the man in the ring, kind of struggling to decide which side is he on. Because yes, he's with the Era, but that's been his tag partner for all those years,
Yeah.
But because he's not there, because he's injured, they have to leave Roderick Strong. Since it's an uneven group, they have to leave Strong there as the man in the middle for now.
I agree. I wonder if it had been 2 men in the middle, or whether it would have been a cleaner break, or maybe Roddy Strong hits Bobby Fish with a backbreaker or the angle slam. Yeah. But I thought Roderick Strong and the camera work was perfect. He stood there looking conflicted. You know what I mean? This was good. Yeah. I wanted this before the main event, but it's fine if we're gonna have it now. But where is Roddy's allegiance? Yeah. Is it with Cole or is it with O'Reilly? And Fish is stuck at home watching this all happen, was powerless to change anything.
Or, Fish could be like Elias and not have a TV and not know what's going on in the storyline.
Yeah, no, that might be a thing. Can I say this too? The Undisputed Era wearing those sweaters, it's funny. They look like kids. They look like high school students with those sweaters on.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. There's something There's something about it. I was just like, it's a weird detail to be hung up on. But
it doesn't help that all members are 5'9".
What do you think? What is this building up to, Jack?
So, I think as much as people want Cross versus Balor at Mania,
yep.
I don't think there's a better match to truly showcase NXT at Mania than Cole versus Balor.
I agree.
I think that happens at Mania.
And the only thing I can't get over is I think a strong need for O'Reilly to face Cole first.
Yeah, that definitely
gotta have a grudge match, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what order of operations we work with here.
Yeah, because there's so many ways they can go into it. They can either, but see, this is the difficult thing.
Can you imagine this? WrestleMania is featuring an NXT championship, and you just said it best. They're showcasing that show. What if they had a fatal 4-way? Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious.
there's so many ways they could go with this, honestly, but it's difficult because do you want to give away what's probably going to be a 15-plus minute match of Cole versus O'Reilly on free TV? That seems like something you would save for a takeover. And I don't know if you can do that before Mania. You could go the route that they do a triple threat at Mania if you can't find a fourth member for a Fatal 4-Way. But what I'm thinking they might do is... See, it's difficult because I don't know if you want to wrap up Balor in this. Well, you have to since Cole super kicked him as well. But you could have a tag match at Mania between Balor and O'Reilly versus Cole and Strong to further build for the next takeover, which is maybe you run Cole and O'Reilly and then have Strong challenge Balor just to have a placeholder. And then from there, run whatever match afterwards. I don't know. It's really difficult to see where they're going to go with this.
Yeah. It would be a pretty incredible slow burn if we were going to have Cole versus O'Reilly at the next takeover, which I suspect is going to be in May.
Yeah. But it's definitely going to be a long-term story building thing. I think it's going to be a while before O'Reilly gets to Cole. And
goodness gracious, I'm excited for NXT this week, this Thursday.
Yeah,
the untimely death of Santos Escobar, and then what happens? What's the fallout from this?
Yeah.
Goodness.
Especially because what's gonna happen with the era?
I don't know how you feel about this, but I'm ready to pack it up and call it a day on those guys. What else is there left for them to do?
Yeah. Especially because, Cole's been champion for the longest
and
reigning.
I want Cole to come up and, on Thursday say, I was the longest reigning NXT heavyweight champion of all time, and when I lost it, I didn't get no title shot. I started having to deal with Pat McAfee's, Make-A-Wish, become a wrestler. I'm done with that now.
Yeah, and it's like...
I'm done with that.
And it's like, Triple H said that, the UE is kind of an NXT thing. Was like, even if you transition leaders, it's like, what is there left for them to do? You just gave them a new leader, that's all.
Right.
If anything... See, it's tough, because you're gonna... It's tough, because... If you go on and fully launch Kyle O'Reilly as a singles wrestler, what do you do with Bobby Fish? Because not to really be mean or anything, but as well as they work together, when it comes to who would be the single stars of the group, everyone probably would have predicted O'Reilly because he's the more, I guess you could say, charismatic of the two, or at least has more to him than Fish. And it's like, well, what do you do with Fish from there if you have O'Reilly go on?
All four guys really benefited from the group setting.
Yeah. So it's like, you're hoping with this feud that with Cole, if any of them go off to branch off and be a singles guy, whether it's Roddy or O'Reilly, that they learned not only from the group, but from this story building with Cole, that they build enough so that they become as complete as Cole is,
Yes.
When we talked
hopefully
about it
in the last couple of years, they filled in the blanks in their own skill set.
Yeah, because I believe it was either during Takeover 31. I think it was Takeover 31 because we were talking about O'Reilly a lot, and we talked about how Adam Cole was the complete package of the group, and each of the other three members between Roderick Strong, Bobby Fish, and Kyle O'Reilly all had their own things to them, but they weren't as complete as Cole is.
Right.
To be single stars. But you're hoping now, like I said, with all this story building now and plus the past years, that they've learned to be as complete as Cole.
Agreed.
And this feud is definitely, for O'Reilly especially, feuding with Cole is definitely going to be... the time for him to prove if all these years have really rubbed on him.
Yeah. If his match with Finn Balor was setting the table to establish he belongs on this part of the card, then Adam Cole